What's something that's totally legal, but if you do it, you'll still look like a full-on cartoon villain? Working out in a full-on business suit. I had a classmate who wore nothing but suits, like 20 identical ones, with ties and dress shoes, even for gym class. Walking through the supermarket and casually taking stuff out of other people's carts before they pay for it. I once did this by mistake. Thought it was a stock cart, grabbed socks I needed, but turns out an old dude had just hoarded all of them. Eating food straight out of your pockets, no packaging. My old boss would end the workday by slowly applying lip balm while staring directly into my eyes every single time. Creeped me out so much, and I still don't understand why he did it. Hold up, the real question is, why were you staring back every day? Maybe he actually called you in on purpose, just so you'd witness the ritual. Like, Jefferson, please step into my office and observe me applying lip balm. Said over the loudspeaker so the whole office knew it was lip balm o'clock. There was a politician here who once bit into a hot dog from the side, right in the middle, like it was a sandwich. It was so bizarre the newspapers actually wrote about it the next day. Guess it was a slow news cycle, but still, dude looked unhinged. Calmly eating straight butter from the wrapper during a business meeting. My aunt actually did this once. To be fair, she'd just had surgery and was still on the happy meds. She thought it was a cheese platter. Offering kids candy from a van with hand-drawn logos on it. Absolute villain energy. Eating in public without using your hands at all. Carrying water in a chocolate syrup bottle to the gym. Riding the escalator while facing the opposite direction. When I was a kid, I used to run up the down escalator whenever it was empty, or just stand at the bottom walking in place like it was a treadmill. Felt like the coolest person alive. Pouring vinegar on mac and cheese. Tried it once, the cheese curdled instantly. Never again. My friend eats pizza crusts first, like all the crusts off every slice, then the pizza itself. Absolute mad lad. A lot of the stuff I do as someone on the spectrum probably counts here. Putting smooth beach pebbles in my mouth, making random noises out of nowhere, yelling babs in the middle of a supermarket, picking up random stuff from the ground, touching trees and railings whenever I pass them. I'm 30. I have a degree with honors, and yes, I still love sucking on tiny beach rocks. A few years ago, my neighbor was really into evening gin and tonic after work. One day, he poured himself a good glass of gin, realized there was no tonic, and spent the whole neighborhood watching him walk door to door asking for tonic. Biting into a Kit Kat without breaking it into sticks first. Straight to jail. Walking around with an inflatable doll and insisting you're married to it. Vacuuming your front yard. Weirdly effective against dandelions, though. At a funeral, blasting Highway to Heck at full volume. This actually happened to my dad. It was his ringtone, one of his favorite songs. He works in a small family business, and they went to the boss's mom's funeral. He forgot to silence his phone, got a call, and suddenly AC/DC started blasting during the procession. Luckily, everyone laughed. Watching TV, but not your TV, your neighbors, standing on the sidewalk outside their window, hanging framed photos of yourself around your house. Honestly, after years of hating myself, I think I deserve a little self-love. My husband got to pick family photos to frame. I expected a few pictures of my late father, our son, maybe some family shots. Nope. All 25 frames, just pictures of me. He won't let me take them down. Says I look beautiful in every single one. Super awkward. Honestly, not long ago, I came to work with a cup of spring water from home. Oh, and I was still carrying a chicken in my pocket and my bag, calling it my pocket chicken. Thanks to this thread, I think I'm starting to learn a few things about myself. Going to Starbucks and ordering just iced milk. I lived in China for a few years. One thing I never got used to, men constantly clearing their throats loudly and spitting, literally everywhere. Even in nice restaurants with waiters. It's so common that waiters actually lay newspapers on the floor in advance when groups of men come in to eat and drink. I can tolerate a lot, but that one habit drove me nuts every single time. Standing silently by the side of a road at night near the woods. I once did this while taking out the trash. Turned off my flashlight to enjoy the quiet night, then heard rustling in the bushes right as my flashlight died for good. Spooky, but yeah, the night was nice. Instead of holding a door for someone, especially at restaurants with double doors, just let it slam shut immediately after you walk through. Dropping pants and underwear all the way down at the urinal. We had a kid in elementary school who did this once. Then he turned around midstream, locked eyes with me, and held the stare for way too long. Flying a kite at night and digging random holes in your backyard after dark. Just casual night excavation. We had a guy at my old job we called Nuggets. First week there, he shoved chicken nuggets and ketchup packets into his pockets because lunch break was too short. He'd sneak one out, squeeze ketchup directly on it, and chew real quick while looking around. I let him finish, then told him he could literally eat at his desk. Walking into a crowded elevator and refusing to face the doors. So I guess you're all wondering why I've gathered you here today? Strolling down the street with a glass of water you brought from home. I once saw a woman driving while eating a bowl of cereal with a spoon, a whole bowl, while driving, applying lip balm with both hands like you're performing some ritual, just stopping mid-conversation in real life, saying nothing but keeping eye contact. Sorry, I glitched. Showing up to someone else's wedding in a bridal gown? Standing next to someone at a urinal even when there are plenty of free ones far away, then casually commenting, "Oh, you hold with one hand? Cool, I use two," and walking away. Eating a banana with the peel still on. Putting shoes on before pants. Edit unless you're in the army, apparently that's normal there. Laying down a carpet in the kitchen or bathroom. Brushing your teeth in public. A few people thought I meant brushing in a public restroom after eating, which honestly makes sense if you've got braces. That's normal. What I meant was like brushing your teeth in a movie theater during the credits. My husband had this eccentric uncle, super rich dentist, kind of a big deal. We barely knew him. One time after church, we were following his car on the way to a family wedding banquet. He was staring in the rearview mirror, doing something weird, and suddenly he opened his car door and spat out a whole load of toothpaste foam. Apparently he'd brush anywhere, in a mall, by the pool, then spit into the trash. His kid said it was normal. A couple of years later, he got arrested for hoarding coconuts, family drama, tax fraud, and other cartoon villain stuff. Daughter cut him off completely, son still talks to him. So yeah, in my experience, brushing teeth in public is a strong psycho move. My dog attacked a bird and I dropped to my knees screaming no. I looked up and saw my neighbor standing outside with his coffee, just watching the whole thing. I said, "He ate the bird." He didn't reply, took a sip of coffee, and eventually went back inside. I was so on edge. That reminded me of when my grandma told me to wear my white dress to my uncle's wedding because she thought it was pretty. I wore something else because weird. Turns out the bride showed up in a pink dress. Naturally, grandma spent the rest of the night celebrating her victory. Accidentally walking in the exact same direction as a stranger for way too long. Creepiest thing ever. Happened to me in the city. Locked eyes with this woman downtown. Then 15 minutes later, we end up on the same bus, get off at the same stop, and walk down the same street to her house. I was just visiting my cousin who lived there. Looked so bad. When someone holds the door for you, but instead of going through that door, you just walk through the other one right next to it. Writing the letter C from the bottom up, absolute chaos move. And dressing up like a penguin and walking on all fours. Wearing a wedding dress everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I had a classmate who did this for tough exams. She said it boosted her confidence and made her feel awesome. It was weird, but honestly kind of fun. Screaming into the void on the street because of sudden existential dread. Before 2020, that would have been odd. After 2020, if I see someone doing that, I just join in. Letting one rip in public and then taking a deep proud inhale. Even worse, inhaling someone else's rip in public. Sitting on a park bench, opening a jar of mayo and eating it straight with your hands, cutting every single french fry into tiny little pieces with knife and fork, asking a waiter to bring you water in a bowl, put it on the floor, and then chug it greedily. I worked at a pub once and served this super inexperienced Chinese businessman. He ordered a burger, looked at it for a few seconds, then stabbed a fork straight into the middle and ate it like a candy apple. I asked if he was okay and he just shrugged and said, "Sorry, I haven't figured out how these things work yet." Once my manager read a leadership book. Next day, he shook my hand, told me I was doing a great job, and then just kept holding my hand for 30 seconds in silence, staring me in the eyes. Supposed to be some power move, I guess. Came off as creepy as heck. Thanks a ton for watching. In the comments, share one action that's totally legal but will still make you look like a full-on psycho if you do it. And don't forget to check out our other videos. See ya!